up, guys? Welcome back to That Horror Couple. I'm Kaylee.
I'm Rob.
And we just got back from seeing Hard Eyes.
And we got a Valentine's Day slasher.
We do. It was awesome.
It was a good date movie.
Yeah.
It put me in the mood.
Yeah.
I'm a little chubby down there. Not fully.
Settle down there, Rob.
Not fully, but chubby.
Okay. Maybe we should talk about the movie.
On to the movie.
Yeah. For the past several years, the Hard Eyes Killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This Valentine's Day, no couple is safe. Directed by Josh Ruben, starring Mason Gooding, Olivia Holt, and Jordana Brewster.
Hard Eyes. What do we like? What do we dig? What are our overall thoughts of this slasher film?
I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was really fun. I enjoyed our two main characters, Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding. They played Allie and Jay.
I'd have to say the cast was really cool. And then the cops too were Sawa and like
Brewster, Jordana Brewster.
I like her from the faculty.
Mm-hmm.
That is a cool one. So
yes.
We had a killer cast. I mean, to me, this took me back to like 90s slashers. With like, it sort of felt like I know what you did last summer and Scream.
Surprise, Sydney.
At the same time, I felt like it didn't take itself too seriously.
I love fun slasher.
Yeah, like it was just a fun slasher. Like it wasn't as serious as Scream or I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, it was more of like a fun, I don't know what to compare it to, but I love fun slashers. I love that this feels like it's bringing back fun slasher movies.
Yeah, especially with the main male character.
Mason Gooding.
He kind of kept it lighthearted and like he was dropping jokes all the time.
He's like a happy guy.
But they sort of combined the two stories, okay? There is a killer in the state of Washington that has, attacked the last couple of years. They call him the Hard Eyes Killer. He's all over the news. To me, he had like Jason's walk, Jason's mannerisms. He had like a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
But he also shot darts and he had other weapons too.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like all the killers in one in a way.
It also reminded me of The Minor, even though he's from My Bloody Valentine, obviously, because it's a Valentine's Day movie, you know?
I was feeling that too. It was a little bit like a Minor.
From My Bloody Valentine,
But I thought they did a good job of telling like a slasher film story with like a love story to make this feel like Valentine's Day. There were times where I felt like I was watching a rom-com. There were other times that I felt like, okay,
this is a slasher.
Yeah. The soundtrack was cool. I mean, every time they got chased by somebody, there was like
the original score,
So they kind of threw all those slasher Easter egg things we like. The mask looked cool.
Love the mask. The Hard Eyes were cool.
The pacing of it was very slasher filmish too, which I enjoyed. This movie wasted no time getting down to it.
No, it jumped right to it.
It started off with a couple posing to each other and
playing Lone Star country music.
Well, no, they were trying to take engagement photos, and then like the photographer got attacked, and then they got attacked, and so right off the bat, like this film
falls to the wall.
It doesn't waste any time, and I thought the kills were pretty good. I mean, they showed it was pretty gory without being terrifying.
Yeah,
level. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
There was enough gore where it was like, oh, that's pretty gory.
Enough gore to satisfy the slasher movie goer, I would say.
I thought so, yeah. And I did like the banter between the two main characters, how they met.
Allie and Jay.
They kind of threw like today's technology, made it current with like the way people date nowadays, like
the apps.
With online apps and how she's in advertising and all these trolls are hitting her up and like bothering her. She met this guy, but she's kind of done with dating, but this guy's kind of charming. I thought that was kind of cool.
I loved the love story between the two main characters. I didn't think it made the movie cheesy. I thought it made it work because it made it like a love story meets a horror film, and I love movies like that.
This film didn't waste any time. It's like an hour and a half.
It's a quick movie.
It's a quick movie. There's no wasting time. There's no boredom. There's no like waiting for things to happen.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just fast paced the whole time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Also, the locations reminded me a lot of like the slasher films I like.
Yeah.
We had a carousel scene. We had a cop station.
Yeah.
We had a drive-in movie theater.
Killer locations. I love them too.
We all know movies with drive-ins and carousels and
the cops.
Whatever. Yeah. We all know slasher films like that. So I felt like this was a refreshing breath of fresh air
to the slasher genre.
Back to those familiar locations, familiar styles, familiar this, familiar that. I also felt like the twisted at the end, which I'm not gonna say.
This is spoiler free.
But there was a twist, and it was Scream style.
Yeah.
When there was a reveal at the end,
Yeah.
whoever the killers or killers were, it's Screamish.
Yeah, I like the reveal.
It was Screamish to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so Scream, dude. Dislikes for me would have to be what we talked about in a positive way. Now, I'm gonna flip that and say, now, is there a negative side to this? We went from these two people meeting, these two people dating, getting to know each other, to this guy in a mask running around killing people. I felt like I was watching a slasher. They were getting chased, they go hide, and then they're like, so. And they just start talking again as if nothing happened. So I'm like,
you didn't like the pacing of that.
was the transition from rom-com style to slasher, was it that smooth? Sometimes I say it was, sometimes I say it wasn't.
Okay, that's
You
fair.
know,
That's
other
fair.
times it was not.
I'd have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a twist at the end, but it's kind of predictable who the killer is to a certain extent. Then there's a twist you're not going to see really, but pretty obvious to me who the killer was.
So you think like the transitioning between like the slasher parts of it, the romantic comedy parts of it, that they might have been a little not transitioned as well as they could have been?
No, but I thought that guy was super likable.
Mason Gooding.
He was super likable.
I like him too.
He did a super good job, and he was the comic relief.
Leading man.
But there were times when he was being chased by this killer, and he's telling jokes the entire time, bro. And I'm like, yo, he's overdoing it, bro. I'm like, now is not the time to goof around, dude. You're making this guy seem a lot less scary. So a little bit overkill with that, I would say. But other than that, I have no other really complaints. How about yourself?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I would, if I had to nitpick at it, I would say probably the same things that you said. But overall, I thought it was very enjoyable and very fun. And that's exactly the kind of slasher movie that I want to go see in the theater.
Yeah.
Is a fun, upbeat, romantic type slasher. I love stuff like that.
It is good to take a date to, because I feel like if you're a dude, the girl can have fun too.
Yeah.
And like watch this like cute story of this girl who's having trouble meeting a guy, and she met this guy, and at first, are they gonna get along? But there's a killer, so the male on the date's gonna be like, yeah, that's cool.
I know we're on dislikes, but I have to say I did love the dynamic between the two main characters. I know a lot of people will probably be like, it was a little too romantic for me, but I love the whole like banter, like the girl's giving him a hard time, but he's so into her, he doesn't care. I loved that. I was super into it. I thought the chemistry worked. I thought they were great.
No, but
that was my favorite part.
He was telling jokes too much.
Yeah, okay.
A little too much.
Yeah, but I thought they were great. I thought their chemistry was great. That's true. It was a little
unbelievable. He was
unbelievable.
almost gonna get shot or stabbed, and then he's like, well, gosh darn it.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, come on, bro.
As far as final thoughts of the film, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was super fun. It was like a romantic comedy meets a slasher film. I'm gonna have to give this an 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh, that's high.
I loved it. I can't wait to buy it when it comes out and watch it again. It's the perfect date night movie to take your Valentine's Day date or any kind of date to this movie. So I would say, yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for me.
You enjoyed it.
I did. I loved it.
That's cool. I enjoyed it too, but I don't think I'm gonna give it that high of a score.
Okay, sure.
All right, my overall thoughts is it's a good slasher film. I don't remember the last time I seen a good slasher film like
in the theater.
Yeah,
you liked In a Violent Nature last year. That was
exactly,
like last year.
but good slasher films come here and there, and I feel like this is a good one. It paid tribute to all my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's wink winks to a lot of 90s, especially
slasher films.
It's very, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Screamish, yeah. But
it reminds me of My Bloody Valentine.
But at the same time, I feel like it's self-aware where they know what kind of movie they're making. They're making just a fun movie about Valentine's Day. So there's a whole couple falling in love type thing. Storyline. Well, you know what? But I say check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's enough to satisfy the horror slasher fan, but at the same time, it's enough to just watch a fun movie.
Yeah.
And I give it a 7.
7? Okay. 1.5 down from what I gave it.
Yes.
I loved it a lot more than you did.
No, I love it. I just don't think it was fucking like incredible.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give it 8.5 because I loved it.
It was good. It was good. I thought it was a good slasher.
Yeah.
It was fun, and it reminded me of what the movies I like. Would you throw this into our Valentine's Day watches?
Oh, of course. I'm gonna watch it next. We're gonna have it on the watch list for next Valentine's
So it's
Day.
up there with My Bloody Valentine, Hospital Massacre,
Valentine,
and now we have Hard Eyes.
Yeah.
So you would throw this in that mix?
I would for next year when it comes out on digital. We will have it.
Any freaky deaky on the mix?
Yeah. Make sure you guys are commenting down below. Let us know your thoughts.
I ain't getting nothing, am I? Damn it.
Make sure you guys hit the bell so you can be notified when we drop all of our new horror movie reviews, horror movie trailer breakdowns. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We have a Spread Shop t-shirt store, so make sure you're checking that out, checking out our awesome products, and make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Once again, I'm Kaylee.
I'm Rob.
And we hope you guys have a happy Valentine's Day, and we will see you guys soon.
Peace. Love ya.